We'll start in 2 minutes. Great, thanks, Cody. You've entered the room of Vice President of Membership, and we're going to start in 1 minute. Tracy, I'm Kenny. I'm going to be down there on Saturday to help celebrate your 30th anniversary.
Oh, for Tracy Toastmasters, yeah, we actually have two clubs in Tracy
Okay.
Leadership Club and Tracy Toastmasters.
Okay.
But we support each other equally. So some of our members will also be at, I believe it's at the, I think it's one of the Mexican restaurants in town is where they're hosting it.
Sounds good. I just got the address. I don't know where it's going to be, but looking forward
It's on
to it.
11th Street. It's on 11th
Yeah.
Street. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Okay, so 7:15, we're going to go ahead and get started. Right now, we have a small group, and this is what I like to do, is find out who you are. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment and find out what's your name, your club, and what I want to know is how many members do you have in your club? Starting with you, Wild Bill.
I'm the VP membership of Truckee Meadows Toastmasters. We have 20 members at the moment.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, Kenny, how many club, what club do you belong to? How many members are in your club?
I belong to Tracy Leadership Club Toastmasters in Tracy, California. We have 11 members currently.
Okay. And is this your first time as VP of membership?
No, this is actually my third time as Vice President of membership.
Okay, I'll be tapping into your resources if we have any questions. Gary, my friend, what club do you belong to and how many members do you have in your clubs?
Well, this training is for the Natomas Pop-Up Toastmasters Club. We currently have 16 people in our club, looking for more, as well as dual members. So if anybody here is interested, we're hiring.
Great, sounds good. Cody, what club do you belong to and how many members do you have in your club?
Yeah, I'm Cody with the Reno Downtowners Club, and we have 11 members in the club.
Great, sounds good. And is this your first time as a VP of membership?
Yeah, I haven't done the VP membership for.
Okay, when I conduct the class, be sure to ask questions during the session. Since we have a small group, it's easy, just fire away. And Gary, could I ask for your help? If you could watch chat, and if anybody has questions, if you could ask your questions in chat, that way we just keep it moving. And then Gary, just yell at me. Well, not yell at me, in a good way.
What am I
In a good way.
What am I supposed to do?
Watch chat for anybody that has any questions.
Okay.
Okay. So Paul, I haven't seen you in a long time. Paul, what club do you belong to and how many members in your club?
I'm in Northern Lights. So yeah, the Red Bluff Club ended up folding, so I joined Northern Lights, and there's 8 in that club.
Okay, sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're with Northern Lights. Good. And I'm getting to you, Margie.
Hi, yes,
what club do you belong?
2 syllables. I'm from District 10. The name of my club is Top of the Town Advanced Toastmasters, and I'm a DTM. And at least half of our members are distinguished Toastmasters.
Wow.
At least one. So that's why we're at Advanced Club. We focus on the people who have distinguished Toastmasters abilities, and we mentor. We do lots of speech crafts and things like that. And we currently have between 15 and 20 members. It fluctuates because most of the people in our club have dual memberships. They have a home
Right.
club, and then again they belong to ours as well. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, 20 members. Oh, get her name, find out the secrets that she has for retaining 20 members after COVID. And is this your first time as a VP of membership?
No, I've done most of the roles at least twice, as
Okay.
again, most of the people in our club have as well.
Great. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your work.
You're welcome.
Okay, Stephanie, what club do you belong to and how many members are in your club?
Sorry, is this the VP education room?
No, it's a VP of membership. So
Oh,
click on down the bottom is breakout rooms. You can leave this room and go into the VP of education.
sorry, yeah, they put me, I was joined in computer audio and the computer and the phone and they couldn't sort
Yes.
it out. So hold on.
Sounds good. So
Down
I'm
the
going to move
boat.
on. Thanks for joining us. If you get bored, come on back. We'll be here for the full hour.
Thank you.
Erin, what club do you belong to and how many members do you have in your club?
Pride, and we have 25.
Okay, good. And Julia, what club do you belong to and how many members do you have in your club?
Hi, everybody. My name is Julia Cohen. I'm with Trash Talkers in
Okay.
Sacramento, California, and we have 15 members.
Okay, well, I wanted you to explain why your club's named Trash Talkers.
Most of us in the club work for CalRecycle. So that's
Okay.
why we are the Trash Talkers.
I love it. It's a great name. Okay, Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you. And is this your first time as a VP of membership, Julia?
Yes, this is my first time in an officer role.
Okay, so you and Cody, if you ever have any questions, send questions to Gary Pettigrew in the top right, and we'll get them answered throughout the whole session. And if I don't have the answers, we have a wealth of information in this room of people that can answer it. So I'm not worried. Luis, what club do you belong to and how many members do you have?
Good evening. How's everyone?
Good.
I belong to Lodi Toastmasters.
Good.
Here in,
And how many?
what is it, the San Joaquin County? It's in California. I know
Yes.
there's a little bit of everybody from spread out throughout the state, so
Yes.
it's pretty neat to see. So we roughly have, I think, 18 members,
Okay.
and we are growing, so it's nice. We're starting to see a lot of new faces now. Just about every other week, new faces are arriving.
Great. Wow. Good. I'll be asking you questions later on in the session of your secrets, how to get membership. And finally, we have somebody on the phone, and that's area code ending in 8879. Who are you? What's your club and how many members do you have?
So of course they put me in the wrong bring out room, but anyway.
Okay.
So I'm Nicole Thompson Andrews, and I'm in District 39, and I should be in the public relations. But
Oh.
I don't know. How they
Public relations is the main room.
Oh, okay.
Just so if you go back to the main screen, that's the public relations crew.
Well, I'm on the phone, so that won't work.
Okay.
On your phone, do you see says breakout rooms on your phone?
Well, I'm blind too, so.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So there's also, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can force you out of here. Says remove. I'm gonna remove you. Good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, Josh, you popped in. What club do you belong to and how many members do you have in your club?
Hi there. My name's Josh Wolf. I'm part of District 39, the Easy Speakers Club.
Yay.
There are, I believe last I looked, there were 15 of us.
Good. That's a healthy club. Good. And Thomas, what club do you belong to, and how many members do you have?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm a member. I'm with the First Nevadans, and we have about 22 members.
Oh, what's your secret up in Reno? Wow, that's really good. Very cool. Brent, what club do you belong to, and how many members do you have?
I belong to the Lingua Celestial. We're in District 86 of Ontario, Canada. Currently, we only have 8 members.
Okay, great. And welcome to District 39. And Marisol, am I saying your name right?
Marisol.
Marisol. And what club do you belong to, and how many members do you have?
Yes, I'm in the Oracle Rocklin Toastmasters.
Yes, know it
And
well.
we have 11 paid members, but we
Okay.
have guests that come regularly as well.
Okay. And then the only one I see is Charlie. I haven't asked Charlie yet. Charlie, what club do you belong to, and how many members?
I am from the Butler Early Birds, District 13, and we have 14 members.
Okay, good. Okay, so welcome everybody to District 39's VP of Membership. It is so much fun. I know they said, or you got volunteered maybe, that you're doing this position. Some others volunteered to do it. Thank you. This is a critical role because we're coming off of COVID, and a lot of clubs that you heard have low membership, under 10, as you heard. But some of them going all the way north into Canada, all the way south into Stockton, all the way Reno are doing well with 20 members. So it's possible to get members. So I'm going to start with showing my breakout session. I'm George Jarosik. I've been in 8 clubs currently. I want to talk about persuaders. I work at State Retirement at CalPERS. And we about a few years ago, we almost died. We were down to 5 members. And the president at the time said, I want to quit. I want to close the club up. And I said, no, you can't do that. So I took over as president and worked with Crystal, and we built it up to 30 members before COVID. Now we're down to 12, but it was a lot of hard work. It wasn't easy. And as Gary Pettigrew can say with a pop-up, it's a lot of hard work. And I know all of you that have been mentors or membership, that it is, all the hard work is involved in this. So we're going to identify your role. We're going to talk about the responsibilities and the resources you have to ask this. So I am going to open it up to questions. I'm going to put this down here just for memory. Stop sharing so I can see your faces. What is the role of VP of membership? What do you think it is?
George, before we start, I got a question about my role here. So when someone raises a question, I'm supposed to say, George, we've got a question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Good. Okay, and can everybody hear me? Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, yeah. Good. I got the fancy microphone. So good. What is the role of membership? And you old timers, very seasoned timers, don't answer that question. But for the new people, what is the role of membership? What is your responsibilities? And you can pipe up. There is no wrong answer. What do you think it is? Erin, you're thinking really out loud. I hear you.
Yeah. I don't have a totally comprehensive answer, but for me, there's a level of proactively providing information to guests and potential members on what Toastmasters is and the process of applying.
Great. Perfect. Yes, exactly. And Brent, up in Canada, what's the role of membership up there?
Yeah, like Aaron said, getting the information to the guests when they come in, following up with the guests, and turning them into members.
Okay, sounds good. Josh, you got a serious look on your face. What is the role of membership? besides all that? Any other things we haven't talked about yet?
Let me try to, I'll try to brainstorm or throw some ideas. I wanted to second what Erin was saying. I think she said it very well. Be the liaison between maybe guests and helping them find the pathway, find their way into membership in the club. I would also go as far as maybe brainstorming with the other members. I love the ideas that we heard in the initial part of the meeting about the name wheels and the just the what was it, the moments of truth for the membership. How can we take the energy, the culture within our various club and try to promote it to other members, and providing that sort of resource, that sort of motivation to the other members to reach out to their counterparts and such. That's how I would see maybe taking it a little step further to engage possibly new members in the areas.
Okay, I'm going back to the slides.
I have an answer as well.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Marguerite.
Hey,
in
Marguerite.
our events, what we found as time goes on with membership is a lot of times the problem is with retention. A lot of times to even have a club, you have 20, you do start off with 20 and people falter, they fall off. So for me, the vice president of membership has to be very engaging.
Right, exactly.
So that we don't falter and focus more on members who are just coming, and then we forget to give attention to those who have been there for a while. Because what happens a lot of times is you'll have members who are in the club for years, and they don't grow, and no one really encourages them or girds them because they've been there for a while. And so sometimes I think people assume that you're there, all the ins and outs of the club, and you have just decided not to move forward. But a lot of times that's not what the reason is.
Right.
So,
no, good. That's good. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to go to the slides. Can everybody see that okay? Okay.
I can.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the roles. I use a PDF. Sorry about that. The club meeting, we're going to talk about outside the club meeting and then executive committee. Upon arrival at the meeting, you will know if somebody just joined, you're going to greet them at the door. Same with Sergeant at Arms, President. Oh, sorry. I have to ask everybody, please raise your hand and say after me. Raise your hand, say it after me. It's good. Every club has its own culture.
Every club
has its own culture.
Good, great, good job. You can put your hand down. So why I say that is the meeting is opened by either Sergeant at Arms, the club president, Toastmaster. Each club, there's no wrongdoing. Each club has their own way of doing it. So when you arrive at the club meeting, you'll see new guests. Sometimes the Sergeant at Arms will greet the new guests as they come in the door, and then they will hand them a guest package. Does everybody have a package? I know, I am talking ahead here. We're both virtual and hybrid. And that's the one thing I didn't ask when asking the questions. But with hybrid, it's easy. You can put together a virtual package. You can download it from Toastmasters and present them with the package. Also in that package, I always include a application that they can fill out. Also, maybe a flyer about your club. What makes your club so special? Why should they join your club? And then the contact information too. Make sure they understand who to contact you if they would like to join the meeting. And that's just before the club. Make sure they get seated good, comfortably, answer really quickly any questions they have. At my club meeting at CalPERS, we open the room 1/2 hour beforehand, just for that reason, in case there's any walk-ins, people walk in or virtually walk in too and say, I'm new, what's this all about? And you can go over real quickly the agenda and the format, what's going to happen. And same with the live too, the hybrid. When they walk in the door, greet them, have them sit down, present them with the guest packet. Okay. Upon arrival, greet all the guests, answer the questions. During the meeting, this is a controversial discussion. Ask them when it's table topics time. If they would like to participate, it's great, but if they don't, that's okay. We understand we're all shy people, so we do understand, but we encourage them to do that. I suggest, that's just me, when you vote for the winner of best table topics, don't always just vote for the new guest. Vote for the best speaker of table topics, but each of your clubs, you may do it differently. That's just me. And then go through, and at the very end of the meeting, which is really important, is the club president or the membership, VP of membership, speak up and say, how did you like our meeting? What'd you think about it? Would you like to join? That's a really easy question to say. I know it's hard. You don't want to, have them run out of the room screaming, but they won't. When I joined my first club, it was at a grocery store chain. And a friend, he says, I got to bring a friend. And so I did. I worked with them. So I went to the club meeting with him, and he quit the next month. But I enjoyed the meeting so much. I signed the application and signed my check that day. I joined that quickly. So be open, whether they want to think about it or have an application ready just in case they do want to join, or go over the application, or say, come as often as you like, and when you're ready to join, we can talk about it. So before I go any further, does anybody have any questions or discussions about what I covered so far? Gary, bits and speeches. What do we do in bits and speeches?
As far as the membership is concerned,
Yes.
well, we not only sign up new people, but we also encourage and try to retain as many existing members as possible. It's kind of a dual role, because new members are great, but we have to keep our existing members as well, keep them satisfied, keep them experienced, keep them on fire for the program. The only way to do that is to challenge them to work through their educational awards or their paths as well, and just make sure they attend the meetings. If people want to feel like they're being paid attention to and they want to belong.
Right. Correct. And I missed out one thing is don't forget to have them sign the guest book. And that way you've got their name, their email, and you can follow up with them and say, how'd you like the meeting? We've got an opening for a joke master. Would you like to tell a joke? And encourage them to participate. Also, when do you drop a person? Yes.
Sorry. So I have a question, because we have, after COVID, we have our meetings that are kind of hybrid. Well, just recently we put it hybrid, like just 1 or 2 people go in person, and then the rest actually is virtual. We actually have people even from Brazil joining our club. So how would you do that in a virtual environment? How, we will, because we don't want to kind of pressure them the first meeting, but we also want to have, we have the contact information already, because when they sign up online, we have that. But how would you kind of try to get them more engaged, involved, I guess, in a virtual environment?
Right. Sounds good. Does anybody have an answer to her question they'd like to share with us? Paul, you look like you got an answer.
You're calling me out. Okay.
Yes,
so when COVID first hit our group, we actually, even though we ended up folding recently, we actually did well for a non-tech oriented group. But in the same way, when we ended meetings and I was president at the time, I purposely sought out various people who had maybe certain needs, or we needed to, and we said, hey, after this meeting's done, just stick around and let's chat for a little bit. And that can easily be done in the Zoom format. Just let everybody else take off and then sit down and chat a little bit, whether it be for social or just for connection or for actual training.
Great, sounds good. I would also, Merso, is contact them on the phone and say, What'd you think of our meeting? Are you thinking of joining? Or you can attend as many times as you want, but we would like to get you started on Pathways. We have an education program that I know will fit your needs, whether it's in leadership, your business, social. So those are the things that I have in my mind. So good. Yes, Josh.
Yeah, I was just gonna, I joined Toastmasters mid-pandemic, and it's always been in a virtual environment. And what got me to Easy Speakers, which is really a tax an IRS or state tax board membership group. I'm a salesperson. I've got nothing to do with the franchise tax board, but it was their communication, the way they reached out to me, exactly what George is explaining there. It's reaching out afterwards and asking, what do you think of this? And there's no pressure to join the group, but let me give you a little bit of insights as to what Toastmasters provides to you in terms of your growth objectives. And it was that extra communication, those extra touch points from the Easy Speakers group where I said, you know what, this is the type of group that I want to be a part of.
Great. Sounds good. Thanks, Josh. And
you.
she's not with us anymore, but she was right. I forgot her name now, but she said that not only have we defined new members, but retain the ones we have, which is really hard. So some people might drop out. They might get married. I don't know why, but they get married, go to college and drop out. How long do you keep their email in your club distribution? Forever, forever until they say, get me out of here. And I'm going to tell you, Lance Miller, he talks about it all the time. One lady dropped out and they kept her email going. So she got all the club notifications. 11 years later, she showed up. Reason she dropped out, she had a baby and her child's now in high school. So now she has time to come back to the club. So never until they tell you to remove their name from the list. So another way of retaining members. If somebody's not appearing at meetings, ask them, give them a call or an email. Say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. We have an opening here. Would you like to fill it in? Or would you give a speech? Okay, go ahead, Kenny.
I was just going to say, we have a hybrid meeting at Tracy Leadership Club, and a lot of times when we have members join, they're joining online virtually for the first time. And one of the things that's been really successful is just following up with an email. I know phone call and text messaging, phone call, those are all better forms of communication because you can convey emotion and stuff. But a lot of times we have professionals that are coming in for our hour meeting. We don't have an hour and a half meeting. So it's very, during the lunch hour. And the same thing goes, as soon as we get that email out, the best time we've had retention or people coming back is when we get that email out within an hour. So we just have a template, we have it ready to go. It's just a formatted email that says, thank you for coming to the Toastmaster meeting today at 12:05 at our location. This is our Zoom information for next time in case you forgot about it. And then we just list out the wonderful brochures and formats that are already available online. And that usually gets them to at least respond and keep us in the top of their mind when they think about their next Tuesday.
Great. I love it. That's great. Okay, I'm going to bring the screen back up again. So we move right on. Meet the guests. What I do, I told you, is we meet 30 minutes before the meeting to greet the guests, ask answer any questions, make sure, help the Toastmaster any way we need to. But after the meeting, very important, we also stay open for another 30 minutes and answer any questions that guests might have. Some guests might want to fill out the application and do an online, apply for application online. So, or you need to show somebody pathways. So meeting afterwards is very important. Invite the guests to join the club. Again, come on back anytime if you have any questions, and then, help them with the application.
I got a question, George.
Oh, please, go ahead.
In regards to the pamphlet that you mentioned, I think item 387.
Yes.
We can get that from yours, the Toastmasters website, or would it be something we have to, or like a PDF, or do we have to order it?
I believe it's no, you have to order it.
You have to order it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Through the store, Toastmasters International. Yes.
Is that up and running already? Because I know we had difficulties not too long ago.
Yeah, it's still down. Okay, no comment. Behaving.
Thank you.
Outside the club meeting, it never ends. You are in partnership with a PR, public relations officer. So on the on the inside, you work, especially like a corporate office or community club, you're working on the inside, trying to get new members, encourage members to join. On the outside, you're working with public relations. Public relations, VP of Public Relations, their goal is to broadcast, who are you? Expose your club to the public. Why should the public join you? So work with them, make sure that Toastmasters.org, the information is all current, contact information, the club president, everything is in current, so that when they're looking to do a search for a club at the ToastmastersInternational.org, they will find you in your like Lodi. They'll find Lodi and all the clubs in Lodi and say, oh, this is the one I want to join. It sounds interesting. So you are working hands in the hands of the public relations. Promote membership building contests. One thing that we do, I'm part of Rady's Supermarketers, and we have a sister club across the river, the CalSTRS Teachers Retirement, and then we're also next to another club. And so the three of us get together and do a joint open house. And you can do that virtually. It's not impossible to do that. And then we'll get a keynote speaker like Gary Pettigrew that will come and do a keynote speech on membership. And Gary's always open to help anywhere you need to. Me too. I'd be happy to. I don't know if Angie's still online, but Angie is the master of pathways. If you want an expert to come in and talk about pathways, motivate people on pathways, we can come and help you do that. So follow up and keep track of the guests. As I said, with the guest book, and call them back. Bring a membership, always have a membership with you. I have one on my desktop on this PC. I have one on my laptop. I've got one on my phone. I am ready. When somebody wants to sign up, here it is. We'll sign you up now. Ensure the meeting information is correct, as I said, with the website. Make sure it's all when you come to the meeting, make sure the agendas are all set. Some of the clubs list the club officers, and that's really important to know so that the new guests can say, oh, I'm going to talk to the club president. I have a few questions to ask. And then finally, is to attend executive meetings. I hope you're meeting with your executive meeting at least once a quarter, or once every 3 months, I hope. If not, once a month. I belong to CalPERS. We have our executive meeting once a month. And some clubs, they meet like 30 minutes before the meeting. Some meet 30 minutes after the meeting. Some meet a separate day and time, and they meet like in a restaurant. They don't have to meet there, or do a Zoom meeting and just discuss all the issues that are going on. Yes, Kenny?
I just wanted to make a mention. It's not entirely the vice president membership, but something good to note for hybrid meetings. We found it really successful to have not only Sergeant at Arms, but also a webmaster, someone that's online that's able to give the agenda out and able to give any kind of pamphlet. So if you have a speaker that has a speech in person, set up a time with that speaker beforehand. If they're giving out any brochures or any kind of visual aids, you can present those. The webmaster can send those out in the chat on Zoom or whatever platform you're on. And we found that like helps a lot with the hybrid format. So you're not at a disadvantage when you're virtually attending.
Right. Good one, Kenny. I like it. Also, you bring up a point is make sure if you're going to have some guests coming in that the meeting's well organized, the agenda's all set, everything's handed out, the speakers are ready, just like Kenny said, table topics ready. Because I've had so many people attend the meeting and says, wow, that is so well organized. I'm joining. I'm very impressed with your club. I'm joining for that. And then again, like our lunchtime clubs, respect their time. Again, people need to get back to work. So if it's coming to 11:59 in the meeting quickly, so people can get back to work. Okay. Anything else before I move on? Great comment, Kenny. Organize club contests, the who and when, your responsibilities. So I hope we had some nuggets here. So I'm going to go to our people in the room and ask, I forgot who it was. Oh, Cody, Monday, what are you going to do on Monday? What type of nuggets did you take from this meeting and what are you going to do with it?
Monday?
Or any day.
Okay, just any day. I'm going to. I don't really know. I'm gonna apply.
So, well, one thing is, you
One
know,
of
the
my-
guest
one of the-
packets. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying, one of the things that I liked what Kenny was saying about the hybrid. We're not hybrid. We don't meet hybrid yet. We used to, but I eventually want to get there. I liked that idea of coordinating it with the.
Right. And the corporate offices, we got it made because at CalPERS, we have the whole all set up. It's just turn it on and go. But at the community clubs, I belong to, you know me, I belong to 8 clubs. We do 2 laptops back to back. So one's facing the audience, one's facing the lectern with a speak microphone. And it's been working out really good. You don't have to get real crazy setting it up. So Aaron, you seem like you want to volunteer something. I'm reading your eyes. Is there something you want to share with us?
Nothing specific, but do you mean in regards to your question?
Yes.
Yes. I have a few notes that have increased my understanding of my role, and I think are good places for me to start in terms of improving as in this position. One is updating our flyer that specifically advertises our club. And I would love to talk to you more about getting someone out to our chapter and talking about the pathways. That sounded fantastic.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to put my email out there.
Contact
me anytime. And definitely, you know, get a keynote speaker. Wild Bill, did I leave anything out?
I guess, George, I would also like to hear some tips on the hybrid environment, how to vote for the table topics. It's a little bit different. Like we have a way. Okay, Kenny, I think you have a master. All right.
No, I just have an idea. I mean, we do actually a number of things, but our webmaster takes those chat. So on Zoom, if you do your hybrid on Zoom, you have the notion where you can do direct messages. So you can direct message your vote to the webmaster, and then the webmaster has the sergeant at arms email, or either, well, it's usually text message. So they'll text message in real time to the sergeant at arms those votes, and then we get them over to the vote master, whoever's doing table topics for that day, to tally it.
Okay.
So that's that's one way. There's so many different ways that you can do that.
Right.
Yeah, when we were doing it only virtual, we would do that, the direct messages to the table topic master. Now that we are in a hybrid environment, it's a little bit more difficult. Like we have people sending the text message to one person, and then the other one in the room taking, you know, the votes. It's a little bit more challenging, but thank you.
So we do in the Voice of the Lincoln Club, we have the sergeant at arms in the room, and they watch for votes in the chat, and then they also take the love note paper votes too, so they count them all together. Does anybody have a better or a different way of doing it? Not better.
In University Club that I belong to as well, they're a hybrid, and what they do is they take a poll in the room, and then one person enters chat and gives it to the vote counter on Zoom, and then the person on Zoom gets the Zoom people the normal way.
So
and just adds them up that way.
So I'm going to move on to finding members. So easy, it is so difficult, challenging, but it depends on, just like a salesman, know your territory. So if you're a community club, you're in the community, like Gary's in Elk Grove, our club is in Elk Grove. So what areas of can we you promote to? The colleges, can you go to the colleges and talk to the public speaking professor and ask, are these students be interested? Would you like to set up a club in the university? Not that you're promoting more clubs, but that there's various ways. In corporate, I work at CalPERS, there's always 3,000 people working in the 3 buildings. There's no reason I can't have more than 20 members in the club. So we're always setting up new members. One thing we did is we set up a chief. We invite a chief in every month, and it's hybrid now. It used to be virtual. And he comes in or she comes in, is chief is a director at CalPERS. And not only do they attend, but they bring their people with them. And so there's more members, opportunities to get to have it. We have a meet and greet afterwards. So I want one more thing is Carlito, do you have any questions or anything to add to the discussion?
Not really a question, but I could add with what you said about getting corporate clubs. What I do, let me say that I'm here in the Philippines right now. And what I do here in the Philippines is I go to corporate clubs, and if I know someone there, I ask them that I could give them a free educational talk about speaking in public. And then once the people are gathered and I give the talk, and then I introduce Toastmasters, and then they become interested in joining one. So I just give them different clubs that they can join. Of course, our club as well. It depends on which club they are really nearest to. So that's one thing. Another thing that I do is that I have Toastmasters magazine. I put a label on that Toastmaster magazine, the name of our club, and the contact number, and I distribute it to coffee shops.
Right.
So they can
Very
read.
good.
So
Right.
those
like
are the
that.
things that I.
And then Brent, how did you find out about us? You're all the way up in Canada. How'd you find out about our training down District 39?
The district up here sent out an email
Oh, okay.
naming a bunch of different trainings that were left.
Okay.
I picked
Because I was about to say that's a way of advertising to the world. We're virtual now, so we can advertise to the entire world members, which is very cool. And that's why I was asking that question is get on your region. We have a Region 1 website. You can advertise on Region 1 about your club when you meet, if there's a virtual or hybrid, and that will go out to the world. They can all see that. And I'm sure with the other people from out of District 39, your region has a website. I know you do websites too. I've seen them. And you can advertise. Is there another way that in this hybrid world, does anybody else have ideas that has been working? Especially you clubs that have 20 or more members. Tell us your
Social
secrets.
media.
Yes.
Social media has been a big help, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. They've been a tremendous help. And there's different groups. It's been pretty nice. There's different groups inside these applications, such as Facebook, that they're groups that people are seeking help, and we're able to drop in a little bit of information. Not everybody's local, but it's a big help.
Right. Right. And I see my good friend Patricia Fong is here. We're talking about finding members. How have you been able to find members, Patricia?
Well, George, I am retired, so my lifestyle has changed, and I'm more at home type of person with, especially with the pandemic and at my age. I don't go out as often, but I did ask the club to consider hybrid.
Yes.
And the other item, which folks on this training program have mentioned, I like the fact that perhaps we can go ahead and have joint meetings, probably report to my club about our membership, where we're at and where we're going. We're kind of slowly getting back on our feet, but I like the point that you said advertise to the world, and the last member mentioned Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The media nowadays, it's just available, free, versus when I started, we did everything by US mail and we made phone calls.
And then before, thank you, Patricia, before they're going to close the room shortly. One more thing I have to add is you're not alone. You can have help. You can have a committee. You can have another person working with you. The last slide I didn't show you because I don't want you to leave the room. It says find your replacement. Well, not right now, but think about a person by the end of the year that could take over from your position so you can run for president. So just speaking out loud. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Kenny.
Sorry, I just posted something in the chat, but I guess I didn't really explain it. But I don't know if anyone was familiar with the My Why campaign, but that was
Yes.
like a super successful campaign that we did at our, even though we only have 11 members, we did have more members at one time. The My Why was directly related to that. That's just a 30-second promotional video that you can have your members do. It's why did you join Toastmasters? And it's a
Right.
30-second video, and you send it out, and the reactions you get from people is amazing because they're seeing people live explaining why they joined.
Right. Exactly. And, you know, we all have our reasons why we joined. And yeah, I just told you mine, you know, dragged into it. And I enjoyed it so much. I stayed with it for 19 years. And any other final questions or any final tips that you want to give us, especially you guys that have 20 members or more? I want to take some of your members, please. Go ahead. Yes. Yes, Carlito.
Oh, regarding social media, we get our members mostly in Facebook page. The key to it is for you to post all the time. Make sure that you will have posts of the upcoming event, of the actual event, and what are the things that happen, and some edited short videos.
Right.
And
exactly.
with that, you get a lot of we get a lot of inquiries.
Exactly. Like we just had Christmas in July, and it's a hybrid meeting. So we all dressed in Christmas costumes. We had cookies. We actually had the candy, table topics, Christmas table topic questions. And then we had, I don't know about the janitor, poor janitor, but we had snow all over the floor, all over the table. We went nuts, but we had a lot of fun. Another virtual table topic is, when was it? Moments of Truth. Another thing is to have moments of truth, table topics. Moments of truth is just taking an inventory of your club. That's all. And how is your club doing? How healthy is it? Is there anything we can improve in your club? That's what moments of truth is all about. And if you do a round table, table topic style, you'll get, and then have the secretary take notes all the way through. You'll get a list of things that could improve your club or improve the relationship, and it maybe boost your members. Go ahead, Carlito, one more thing.
Sorry, one last thing. This is very important. I don't know about how you do here in the US, but here in the Philippines, we do have what we call fellowship. After the meeting, we drink beers, we exchange stories, and we make the members a family. That's why it's not hard for us to retain members, because they practically become family. So if in Zoom, we do Zoom drinking as well. Bring your own drinks, guys.
Great. It sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. You've got my email. Email me anytime, and we'll see you later. Thank you so much. Bye.
Right.
Huh.
I think we can turn that off.
I'm famous now. Oh, sorry.
World famous. It looks like folks are popping back in from the breakout rooms as they shut down. Excellent. And
quick question.
First off, I want to offer my sincere apologies for the little technical issue that came up at the beginning. And hopefully the speed course that we had, we managed to all learn something. I certainly hope so. I learned something from this process. And I want to just thank our trainers, Russ Steele, Nora Lee Cole, George Jarosik, Susan Santra, Grace Frachet, Diane Langston, and facilitating this, Angie Rodriguez is our training coordinator. Our Zoom host this evening, Pat Knight, and I'm your program quality director in District 39. For those of you who have a long drive home, please drive carefully. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Jennifer. That was my joke for the evening.
You're funny.
Yeah, thanks. And again, if you are outside District 39, please send an email to your program quality director and me, just memorializing this training, and I'll respond. And I've already got a few in my inbox. If you are in District 39, you don't need to send me anything. I know who you are. All right. So we're going to leave this open, and feel free to chat, visit. But this concludes our training session, and it's a beautiful night. Thank you.
There's someone with their hand up.
Someone has their hand up. Someone has their hand up?
Yes, this is Yan Ping from Carburetors. I just have a question that we found out the website where you can find a club. Our club just want to show up. How to make our club will show up when we try to find a
Your
club.
club does not appear on Find a Club?
Right.
Well,
Right here, our club in the EPA building, and the EPA building only showed one club, which is the pesticide talkers. So I was surprised. Only one club showed up in the EPA building. We
okay,
actually
what's the name of your club?
Carb Orators.
Carb Orators. I've heard of that club.
Mhm.
And I'm glad you're here this evening. So
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything that we can do to make our club show up.
well, let's go to Find a Club. I don't want to allow that. I'm going to go down here and go for search options, look for this. CARB, and I think there's a dash, correct?
Dash.
Right,
Yes.
dash, yeah. Orators.
So we're going to scroll down here and hit submit search. Should be only one Carb Orators. There it is. So I have a feeling it may be
You saw it?
it's just a location issue as opposed, it's where it's showing up on the map, I suspect, is the issue. I remember seeing that when we were doing realignment. So there it is. It's right here. It's in Find a Club. Right? There's carburetors.
Oh, okay. I zoomed the map. Yeah, in the map only showed the pesticide. Okay. So
Well, it
okay.
shows it being right over here. So the problem is there's City Plaza Park, right? Here's the EPA building. So
Yeah.
you need to go in and relocate this dot over here.
So we can do that.
Yes, you can.
Okay, we'll figure
It
out
needs
how
to
to
be a
do
club
that.
officer, otherwise I would have moved it.
I will figure out how to do that then.
Okay. If you can
Hopefully
run
that's
into a
something that we
challenge,
can-
let me know, and we'll get on a Zoom call and work it out. How's that?
Okay, thank you very
Okay,
much.
and Tiffany has her hand up.
All right, Tiffany.
Hi, thank you. Just a question. I've seen some of the Toastmasters branded backgrounds. Is there a way to obtain that from the Toastmasters International website, or is someone able to share their background?
Are you referring to Zoom backgrounds or are you referring to other backgrounds?
Zoom backgrounds, like the background that you have.
Okay, that is on the TI website. Give me a second and let me find it, and I'll paste it into chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. I believe it's if I recall correctly, it's in the online meeting section of the TI website. So I'm going there right now.
And also you can find the backgrounds for timing there. Just go to TI and request resources and the timing background. So they'll show up for you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do this.
What else is going on in the world?
Well, it looks like you're not in the world right now, Lance. You're in outer space.
Yes.
Yep. Today I am a space cadet. Okay. So yes, this is from the James Webb Telescope.
Nice.
And you want to know where to get these?
Sure. Please.
Type in NASA James Webb. Pull it up and you can download pictures to your heart's content. You paid for them with your taxes. So they're free.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to go find some more. But I liked this one. It spoke to me.
So Lance, do you know what happened when the jokester tied all the kids' shoelaces together?
I don't.
They had a class trip.
I was gonna say something about falling over. I do something about falling.
Oh, Angie, that is priceless. Yes. So any more questions?